In this lesson, we'll review a math question from the problem solving section. We're on page 789, question 18 out of 20. We know this is a difficult problem. The sum of consecutive numbers from negative 22 to x inclusive is 72. What is x? This question is not very common, but when it does appear, it's always at the end of the section. And it doesn't mean it's hard inherently. A lot of students just miss it because they don't know the technique, but I'll show you the technique. So let's think about it. We're starting at negative 22, and we're progressing in order consecutively to x, and we know when we stop at x, the sum of the whole string is 72. We also see the word inclusive here, and inclusive just means including the first and last numbers in the series. And even if it doesn't say inclusive, you should assume it includes the first and the last. If exclusive were asked, and I've never seen it, it would not include the first and the last. There'd be a difference of 2, but it pretty much always is inclusive. So negative 22, negative 21, negative 20. We're progressing all the way to x, and we want a sum of 72. Just 2 steps for this problem. First step. Now this applies only when you're finding the sum of consecutive numbers that start with a negative, just like here. This does not apply if it starts with a positive. That will be in another lesson. But the first step, if it starts with a negative, is just go to the reflection of that number. What's the reflection of negative 22? It's positive 22. So you should intuitively understand why. Every number from negative 22, we add every number in order all the way to positive 22. It's perfectly symmetrical. And 0 is right in the center. So negative 22 crosses out with positive 22, the sum of 0. Negative 21, positive 21, sum of 0. So always just first step, the reflection of the negative number, and that will yield a sum of 0. Second step, we want to expand the sequence just a few times. It will always just be 2 or 3, and we want to get the sum of 72. So next sum after 22, 23. So remember, the sum here is 0. So the sum now is just 23 plus 0. The sum is 23. Next number, 24. What's the sum now? It's 23 plus 24, 47. Next number, 25. 25 and 47, 72. That's the sum we want. What number is x? X is 25. The answer is B. So if you ever see this problem, first step, just find the reflection of that number and then expand just a couple of times, and you will get the sum that the question is asking for. All right, B. See you next time. Thanks for watching.